6 in 10 Americans are heading into 2026 living paycheck to paycheck. Household debt just hit a record high. Credit card balances crossed $1 trillion. And yet, most of the financial advice you see online is still recycled from 2014. Get a budget, cut your lattes, max out your 401k. You'll be fine. That advice isn't wrong. It's just incomplete for the world we're actually living in now. So, in this video, I want to lay out why 2026 is genuinely different and what that means for the system you build this year. Three structural shifts have changed the playing field. First, inflation. Even with the headline number cooling, the cost of the basics, housing, groceries, insurance, childcare, is still meaningfully higher than it was 3 years ago. That means the same income now produces a smaller margin for saving. If your budget hasn't been recalibrated since 2022, it is silently bleeding money. Second, interest rates. Mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards are all sitting at multi-year highs. A car loan that would have cost you 4% in 2021 now costs 9. That changes the math on every single purchase decision and turns variable rate debt from an annoyance into a wealth killer. Third, AI and the labor market. Job security looks different than it did even 2 years ago. Some roles are growing fast, some are quietly shrinking, and the half-life of a specific skill keeps getting shorter. That means your emergency fund, your side income, and your investment portfolio all have a bigger job to do. So what does this actually mean for you? Three things. One, generic budgeting advice is no longer enough. You need an actual system that gets retuned every quarter, not once a year. Two, high interest debt has to be treated like an emergency, not like furniture. At today's rates, carrying a credit card balance is the financial equivalent of bleeding out slowly. Three, your investing plan needs to be boring, automatic, and tax-aware. Stock picking is not a strategy. Consistency is. The good news is none of this requires you to be a finance professional. It requires structure. That is literally what the WBG blueprint is, a structure that adapts the timeless principles to the actual conditions of 2026. In the next video, I'll show you the entire course at a glance. 8 weeks, 20 lessons, exactly what fits in 2 to 3 hours a week. But before you scroll, I want to know, what is the one money thing that is stressing you out the most heading into this year? Inflation, debt, income, savings, investing, drop it in the comments. I read every reply, and the topics that come up most are the ones I'll deep dive in future videos. Type it below, and I'll see you in part 3.